compound junior men, the bronze medal match coming down, and again two countries, so one coach for two archers. We have.
No, they both brought out a coach, I think.
Ah, thank you. They're correcting me here. Good, yes. Two coaches there. So four Croatian in the field of play. We have Buden against Vavro. And, you know, before I was quite lucky. All the English names were pronounced by Bridger Ditton and the Spanish name by me. But now we can trouble. No, you know me can pronounce it well. So, Domajog Buden shooting against Mario Vavro for the bronze medal match. And whatever will happen, we will have Croatia taking the bronze medal match. Let's see who is going to be the best archer.
Well, you asked me, Juan Carlos, about the event being an organizer and how this is different and changed. What about from your standpoint, from World Archery and some of the technology and things? How has things changed here?
What has changed more is we learn a lot since we were in Ogden, you guys, and we know much more what's the challenge for organizer doing a Youth World Championship. And we learn thanks to you as well, because we put this event in US. It's a different country we have not worked before in our world circuit, and we found out there's different mentalities. Your team was extremely proactive and experienced in working as a team. We didn't have this in other places, so the first difference is we were more experienced. The second is the community is different, South Dakota than Salt Lake City. We have the tendency to think that one country is all the same, but from east to north to west in US, mentalities change. I would say that the other difference I see here is all the knowledge the organizer got from you. That's help us to. We didn't need to explain too much because they already got all the information from you, from your team, and the community. This community is smaller than Ogden. We felt very welcome in Ogden, and but we were not so visible everywhere like here. Here is this community is. This is everything what is happening here. We are front page every day in the newspaper. Right. We are in all the shops, in all the places. People come and say, you guys are from archery. Thank you for coming.
I heard John talking earlier. We were at dinner and someone walked up and said, oh, you all from archery? And
thank you for coming.
Thank you and welcome to Yankton, which was very nice that they recognize that there's a group here and a lot of visitors from around the world.
But as World Archery, we're very happy to come to US, and wow, that's
nice group,
that's an excellent start. This is the group that we dream when we start. 3 arrows all together in the center. So Vavro has done an amazing start with 3 arrows in the X, more or less, together, making just one shadow.
Yes.
One big arrow. Talking about 3, potentially 2 points of lead. There's an 8 liner that the judges have to look. But indeed, in World Archery, we like to come to US. We like to work with your team and with Bruce. And what we have seen is that archery has grown so much that it's not so much of the place. It's more about the organizer, about the expectation, and the level of the archer. We have more countries. They are shooting amazing score from the beginning of the season. We can see more countries are shooting high score. It's not like 5 or 6 on the top. Now we have 25. Any one of them can win. We have seen Iraq today.
Yes,
we have
first
seen
time,
Turkey
right?
today, first time.
Yeah.
We have seen Ukraine in compound. So we see many new countries, and the development is happening. And that's thanks to all the work of many people, the coaches, the archers, the National Federation, the organizers, of course, that put on so many events, and the entire community, and of course the manufacturers by bringing the equipment in the level, bringing to different countries, dealers, distributing and trying to make it better and cheaper. Yep. Vavro with a very good line, and here we go, has not missed the 10 so far. He's struggling a little bit left.
Yes.
Yes, he has touched the side right now a little bit. High. Might not see it, but it's over the first arrow. We are very close in our position to the target. We can see from the side. Good group, a bit high. We can see Vavro still leading by 2 points, 58-56. Going to the second end. We'll have one more end to go. And going back to the events, you have a new challenge very soon coming. The World Cup stage in 2017 in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
In your center, in the center recently built, which has been very active. We can see Facebook and the website that more and more teams are going, more activities happening.
Yeah, the Easton Foundation Center there in Salt Lake City. You're right. We have we just had a number of teams in. Egypt was just in for almost, I think, almost 2 weeks. They were in training, and a number of countries have come in and done a lot of training there. They enjoy the indoor facility. We have 70-meter indoor, so they enjoy that. And yes, we'll be looking to fit and put a World Cup there in 2017. And invite all of the listeners out there to come volunteer. We'll need our volunteers. So
you are doing your job, recruiting
come on out and help. Yes.
Yes, volunteers is always great in US, in UK, Canada. You have this education of volunteering to help an event, something that in other countries we miss a bit. So for sure we know that's going to be a good organizing committee and good volunteers. Now your challenge is to try to bring new things. Because
I have my list already. You know that.
Yes, Greg is full of ideas, and of course it's getting more and more difficult to make an event better than others because it has grown so much in the last 10 years that has raised really high standard. But in this, we at World Archery, we really like that organizers try to see what we can do better. Like in the industry, you were talking about the arrows, or like the archers or coaches, how we can go better. We see this in the organizer. They look to the others and see how we can do better, how we can make a better event, a more surprise, a nice setup like this final. So I'm looking forward to see what is the outcome. And going back to the match. It's going fast, and we have Domajog 30 has made 10-10-10 against Mario 28, which has ended by a tie.
Yes,
86, 3 ends. They have still 2 to go, and stay in the same situation as it started. Tie. Good. This is Buden with his coach, who is his father. A good coach. Promoter of archery in Croatia for many, many years. Probably part of the success of Croatia and of many archers. He has been doing a hard work, not only with his family, but also with the federation and with the archers in Croatia. And now is when the mental part start working more, because being tied, 6 arrows to go.
Yep. It doesn't matter what you've done to this point. You're tied back up, and it all starts over. Ten liner. He's shooting very, very nicely. He's looks very comfortable. Solid, comfortable, and with good execution, good timing. It's a nice view how release, how we make the shot with the releaser, how was expansion going. A very nice direction. I would say touch. Yes.
That's when we go to the judges and the magnifying glasses.
Yeah, it can be difficult. the black carbon on the arrows get right up against the black line, and it's difficult sometimes to see. Is the line out of shape or isn't it? And that's really what they look for, is that line has been touched or deformed slightly by the arrow to give them the upper point.
And on top of your occupation in Easton Arrows and stabilizing and all the products you're doing, you also have this little thing called Hoyt, the bows, or the company you own, and it's very present here, and also have this attitude to try to get better and better and more accurate, and their challenge is as high as with the arrows, correct?
It is, yeah, to keep the consistency of the product, and I was just working with some of the engineers and them talking about the product and the construction and really what they call tolerances and the stacking of the tolerances, because you have not only pieces that fit together, but you have pieces that fit with the pieces that fit together, and it's the tolerances and how they try to take that up, because even small shifts in the pocket can change a bow. So if something gets bumped, you don't want it to shoot differently, and they've really made some significant improvements over the years of how accurate these bows are and how accurate they stay consistent over time.
Especially with heat days like today, or cold or rainy day like the other day, and how much the equipment still perform in the same way. And talking about that, we have several engineers and experts from Hoyt and Easton and coming here to talk to the archers, to learn, to get feedback. How important you feel is this feedback from the field of play, from the archers, instead of having some archers in the factory training and getting them on site?
It's very important. The gentleman who runs Hoyt, Randy Walk, just was with him at the same meetings with some of the dealers, and he talks a lot about how one of the core principles at Hoyt is to hire people that have the passion for archery and the skills. If you have the technical skills, you can be successful, or if you have a lot of passion, you can be successful. But you have both, and you're more likely to be successful. And so he has many archers working for him that bring that in. But then they also spend a lot of time with archers, talking about what's working, what isn't, how do you feel. You know, we've made, and Hoyt continues to try to make changes. Made changes with the limb system a few years back now, with how the limbs connect, and really dealing with listening to the archers of what works and what doesn't. So
yes, trying to get the bows better, and we see now here this 8 give a bit of space. It was very tight. Both were going to be very close. And right now, it seems that it's 143 against 142. He's not happy. He knows that this last arrow cost the match. We don't want to know what he's saying, but not happy at all. He needs to take out his anger, but he knows that the match was him. He lost it because of this 8 in the last, when he has not done an 8 so far. Yes, and he got the confirmation. He's the winner. Domajog Buden won the match by 1 single point. That's when we're talking about accuracy of the equipment and consistency. Everything ended after a year training hard, after coming here, making so many arrows.
And he's got to be challenged with that, like you said, with that 8, especially for that group where he started with 3 arrows touching to.
With this good start is tough. At the end, the equipment is much more accurate than the archers, than the human being. We are the one inconsistent.
Yes.